fuck it, I entertain and play along. They claim they the best in the game when I'm the system that they play it on. They copy me, but my pattern is far beyond strange. I sit back and watch my clones play like LeBron James. See, I'm the illest that's walking under the firmament. A pat on the back from me will leave a pumper that's permanent. They pointed and laughed when cautious wasn't doing well. I needed that. First you learn, then you remove the L. Soon after that, you can't be stopped. Get up and go and get it. You gotta activate your hustle if you want specifics. It's no denying me, my flow's terrific. All these candy bars being produced, I guess that may be the golden ticket. My whole life, good and evil, been playing tug of war, but still I remain flyer than Marty McFly's hoverboard. Don't trust the soul, too many stabs in the back. They sleeping on me now, it's time to wake them up from their nap. It's a difference between confusion and undeniable rap. That's why fake they listen and don't know how to act fat. Sonic boom, I'm light speeding, trust the haters like scheming. Switch up from good to bad to gremlin type like they night feeding. Rhyming to my teeth, broken diamond to my...
Showtime, what's up? It's your boy Big Mike. I'm here once again. 2 days in a row, man. This is the first time I've done this. I'm excited, man. It's a lot to talk about. Shoot, man. Where do we start? Darren Waller traded to the New York Giants. It's pretty crazy, man. We re-signed Jakob Johnson, our fullback, to give that security blanket to Josh Jacobs. We signed Jakobi Meyers from the New England Patriots. Got ourselves a wide receiver too. Pretty solid move. And some other moves that I do also want to talk about. But first, let's start it off, man. It's a great day to be a Raider. And that's how we're going to start it off from here on out, man. It's a great day to be a Raider, and it's always a great day to be a Raider. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in. Make sure when you drop in, you like the thumb, hit the sub, share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. We're on the road to 1K, man. Please get me there, man. Share it with your folks, man. We're making this thing grow. You know, we're trying to do it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for popping in. I appreciate if this is your first time here, checking it out. Hopefully this isn't your last time. I really hope so. Let me jump into the comments real quick. Sean Johnson, my guy, salute to you, bro. Thanks for popping in. As always, you're definitely a mainstay here, and I appreciate you, man. You drop the knowledge for me, and you make me look better than what I'm actually doing. I appreciate you, bro. Jimmy knocked you per ho. Thank you for popping in. This is the first time I've seen you. Raider Nation for life. It's getting tough, man. Yeah, it's getting tough. It's pretty rough, man. It's pretty rough. I'm going to stay positive. I'm staying positive with this whole thing, and I'm going to break it down kind of how I feel about this Darren Waller situation. This is not good. No tight end, no quarterback prospect, no deep tackle. Yeah, we need to be making moves. This is the second day of the tampering period. We're seeing guys, falling off the board. Top guys that we had on the board, we had, guys like Dalvin Tomlinson. This is guys that we were looking for. We're looking to bring him in. Another guy, we got plenty of guys that signed today. I know Gardner Johnson re-signed with the Eagles, I believe. There's a lot of people that are falling off the board that we had. It's James Bradbury. James Bradbury was somebody we're looking for corner, and he just re-signed with the Eagles about 4 hours ago, according to Adam Schefter. 3-year, $38 million, $20 million fully guaranteed. His total package is $44 million. We're seeing guys pass us by, and I'm trying to play the patience game. Now, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Darren Waller is going to the New York Giants, right? And when I initially heard the news, I was kind of in shock. I was conflicted, right? And the reason why I was conflicted was because we have seen him at his highest. He's a top 5, maybe even top 3 tight end at his best, right? Now, the problem with that is the upside, the flip side is he hasn't been on the field nearly as long. For the last 2 years, he hasn't been on the field. So that's kind of where my problem lies with him. Now, as far as the trade goes, I don't like the timing of the trade. This is a trade that should have happened last year. If this had to happen. We got a 3rd-round pick for him. This brings in more draft capital. It looks like that we're going to be building our foundation through the draft. It looks like I think that, of course, there was a report last season that he was going to get traded for a 2nd-round pick to the Packers. Now, if that was the case, I would have really liked to have a second-round pick last year instead of a third-round pick this year. That's kind of how I feel about it. But, that's all, hearsay and all that stuff. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Sean Johnson, he also, there you go, speedy wide receiver, Philip Dorsett. Thank you for that. I was trying to get the name off my, kind of out there. I couldn't think of it at the moment. But, yeah, Philip Dorsett, also a Raider, man. He's a 4.2, sub 4.3 wide receiver, speedy guy. He can be our fourth option. It's gonna be interesting to see what we do. Now, the offense, we're not lacking any weapons. Now, the truth of the matter is can Jimmy G get the ball to these weapons? He is familiar with the offense, so we got to give him a chance. That's kind of where I'm standing with it. I had a meltdown yesterday initially when I heard the news, but really thinking about it, we didn't really have much of an option. Now, if we would have went with an Aaron Rodgers, there was a lot of baggage that goes with that. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But first, I want to get into the comments first. So, Jimmy knocked you Perho. Here's my problem. Knocked up your hoe. Okay, I got it now. Here's my problem with all these moves. Chicago and Arizona have hella cap room and top 5 picks. Why didn't they package Waller and Renfro and picks for number 1 or number 3 overall? Yeah, that is an option that I really think could have happened. But you know what? We are still looking for a suitor for a trade for Hunter Renfro. Now, we have 2/3. And, if we do want to move up to that number 3, we can definitely use one of those 2/3 or maybe even both and a first and maybe even throw a Renfro in there and boom, now we got ourselves a number 3 if that's what we want to do. But here's my thing. I think there's so many holes on defense that we need to address. Now, that hasn't happened yet. Now it's still early. It's still early. There's guys out there like there's guys out there, particularly at not running back, at linebacker. Those are the holes that we can fill still. There's still time for that. There's still things that we can do. There's trade options that we can do. We can go after guys that are going to be available via trade. There's teams that are still trying to situate their cap, and they might be getting rid of guys. So I'm trying to stay patient with this situation and see what happens. Now, if in another week, we're left, carting out the same dudes that we carted out last year, then we're in a situation where we're like, okay, so what's going on? We're still early in the game, guys, and I'm gonna be reserved. I'm gonna hold back too much panic and see how these guys do. But on the other side of this, they're bringing in all these Patriots left and right. Jakobi Meyers, Dorsett. In last year it was Jakob Johnson, who's great, but this is still a Patriot. And we brought in the linebacker from the Steelers, and I'll get to him as well. He's a Patrick Graham guy. So we're bringing in guys who are just familiar, which is, to me, I said this yesterday on my show, it seems a little lazy. It seems like lazy GMing. It seems like lazy coaching. And to me, I don't like it. Now, I was talking to Wasted. We were kind of doing some comparing, right? It suits good because we did basically get the Chiefs number 100 from the Giants to when they shipped off Kadarius Toney. Here's the thing. Andy Reid, he can bring any dude in there and it fits, right? Because he's that brilliant of a coach. It could be, we saw the top of the mountain for Donovan McNabb. He played his best. We saw Michael Vick get his career revived. We saw T.O. play his best ball in Philadelphia under Andy Reid. Now, here's the thing. It was no excuse like I need to bring my own guys here. There was no excuse with that. Why is it that Josh McDaniels is only bringing in the guys that he's familiar with? And that bothers me. And to me, it seems a little bit lazy. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it, man. You guys let me know. Let's go. Jimmy, he goes, exactly, bro. We got rid of Carr and Waller for a year too late. You could have got way better draft picks for this draft, and we dumped them last year. Yeah, you know what? And, looking back in hindsight, we probably should have done that. I really do believe that maybe should have been the move. It was the right time for us to get rid of Carr and kind of and kind of do that, not rebuild, but kind of a retool of the team. And I don't know, man, you guys might think this is a rebuild. Me personally, I think that we have too many stars on the offense, and I think we have some solid pieces in order. It's too much for me to say that this is a rebuild. I still think that we have a solid squad. Now, is it good enough to make the playoffs? We'll see after free agency. But as of right now, as it stands, I'm not really too thrilled about what's going on. But like I said, I'm going to be patient. John Leon, appreciate you pulling in. It says, I think they didn't pull the trigger on Waller last year because they wanted Carr to have all his guys. Yes, and that is an absolute truth. I think they did give Carr one last chance. They were like, all right, we're going to give you everything you need. We're going to bring in everybody you want, and we want to make this work. So, and, in doing so, it didn't work, of course. So now we're cleaning up shop. They're going to, build this whole thing in their image. And I think the next one up is going to be Hunter Renfrow. I would like to see that package to move up in the first, if that is the case. And if we don't, I want to move back from the number 7, to be honest with you. If we don't move up to the number 3 and kind of solidify getting that quarterback that we want, I want to absolutely move back to at least the 15 to 18 range and develop some more and get some more draft capital. And in that situation, we can go get a Kalijah Cansey. We can go get a Drew Sanders. We can go get possibly Thule in the 3rd round. We can go get a corner. We can build guys and put key guys in each position and build our foundation from there. That's kind of how I feel about it. We got a bunch of draft capital at this point that it would, why not build, just kind of build everything for years to come based off of this draft. Like, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Let me see. We got Anthony Estrada. I appreciate you coming in, man. Salute to you, bro. Always your mainstay here as well, man. Sean Johnson, he says, Jakobi Meyers and Forsett know the system, so scheme fit very big, along with Jimmy G and Jakob Johnson. Now, here's the thing. Okay, he's our guy. I don't like the fact that this offense is, quote unquote, so confusing to where only the people that have known this before have to come in and make this work. That is very problematic to me. But if we're going to do it, okay, let's see if it works. I want this to work. It has to work, because at this point, if it doesn't, then we're kicking him to the curb and we're going with somebody else. And then we got to build another team to their image. So it's problematic for us to kind of just give up on somebody. I don't like Josh McDaniels. I've been on record of saying I don't like him. I gave Ziegler a chance. I want to see what he's going to do in the draft before I kind of make an opinion on what I'm going to do with that, like how I'm going to feel about him. So the verdict's still out with him. But as far as Josh McDaniels goes, I'm not a fan of his. I don't think he's a leader of men. I don't think that he's head coach material. And there's that. But we're rolling with him. He's a Raider. I'm supporting him. That's what it is. The brand before the shield before anything. And he's our guy now. So that's what we're rolling with. Canetown Raider talking that shit. Watermelon head, bro. Come on, man. I'm gonna send you the link, and I'm about to roast you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Love you, man. Love you. Sean Johnson. In the draft, they say it's fresh guys, so they got to coach. But yeah, sometimes you got to go away from your own eyes. That is lazy. Where's the development coaching? Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, the only time you see stuff like that is like, oh, we're bringing our guys in, is literally only in college. You only see that at the college ranks. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's bring our guys because it fits. To me, in the NFL, that's just lazy coaching. And you would think that you would like to see that coaches aren't being lazy in that sort of sense. That they coach up these guys and develop a philosophy and instill that into new, freshly guys and being what's the word? Influential in a way to where they can change things, change mindsets. That's what an alpha coach does. coaches who can change a mindset and change a philosophy and how you approach things, those are alphas. Those are coaches that you want. Somebody that's like, oh, I only want the guys that only fit and this and that. Like, I don't like that. It's not alpha to me. It's not a guy. It's not a leader of men to me. It's lazy coaching. GM wise is also lazy GMing. I don't like it. And honestly, I got had somebody in my comment from previous show. He was saying that, he was a new follower. He was saying like, you're knocking Mark Davis. And I was like, okay, well, I only knocked him because I feel like he's allowing this to happen. I feel like he's allowing it to happen. He brought this guy in, and to me, it's not a good move. I want a coach that can be an alpha dog, somebody that's going to be a leader of men, somebody that's going to instill a philosophy from people who maybe had a different philosophy and they buy into it. We're just bringing in guys that's like, that he knows he's already gotten through, because maybe for one, he can't get through people now. And that's a whole nother situation, right? The Patriot way. We talk about the Patriot way all the time, right? Where, that's the way to kind of be successful. But what if the Patriot way is kind of expired at this point? Because the Patriot way was the do your job, almost military-esque, nobody really as a superstar stands out. But in today's game, is that really conducive to success for the modern player in the NFL? That I don't know. That's a question I would want to ask. You guys let me know. Is it conducive to winning in this modern NFL where people want to be more individuals and not, be a piece of a puzzle? You guys let me know. To me, I think it's kind of expired, man. I don't know. Shoot the moon. The number 100 pick is basically a fourth rounder. Yeah, you're right. It's in the back end of the third. Like I said, I felt like we could have got a lot more for Darren Waller. But here's the thing. I kind of understand, because for one, he was injured most of the time, and it's this thing flying around. But most of the time he was injured. So and he's 31 years old. He's almost 31 years old. So I think that was justified to get that late third round pick. It is a tight end heavy draft. So there's that. We can get a tight end in this draft, even in the third round, even fourth round. Particularly a Darnell Washington, maybe in the second or even early third, particularly a Zach Kuntz, who is probably a fifth round pick. He's a fourth or fifth round pick. He's reportedly rising up to almost that top 100 range. He's 6'8". He's really fast. He ran like a 4.55 in the 40. He's one of those guys that, we bring him in, super athletic guy. He can come in and be that big target for Jimmy G. Jimmy, he says, this is a rebuild for sure. Bringing a new quarterback and star tight end gone. Yeah, it sure does feel like it. We also got a lot of pieces as well, so it's hard to say whether this is a rebuild or not, man. It's hard to say. I want to move back, also pick up more picks. That's kind of how I feel about it too. Like if we can't get the CJ Strouds or the one or two top guys like the Bryce Youngs or CJ Strouds, I don't want to move up for the sake of trying to reach for Anthony Richardson, guys. I don't want to do it. Or a Will Levis. I want to kind of move back, and if one of those guys lands in the process of us moving back, I'm all for it. But if we move back, I want to build the defense. We can still get a guy, a Hendon Hooker, in the second or third round. That's a possibility. We could still do that. So, and Jimmy G, like I said yesterday, Jimmy G, he needs pieces. He needs everything to kind of be perfect around it, particularly the defense. He's already got the offense to boot. He's going to need a tight end. That's usually his favorite guy to kind of throw it down the middle and throw it to. I want him to get the tight end to make him a lot more comfortable with what's going on with this offense. We got pick 100 from the Giants. They have pick 89. I'm surprised we couldn't get that for Waller. That's another thing, right? Like, it would have been nice to be like, hey, what about 89 instead of 100? Now, I don't know what's going on in the negotiation table. Maybe they were going for that, and they're like, nah, we're not doing that. But it would have been really nice to get the 89 instead of the 100. That would have been nice. It would have been a lot better than kind of how I feel about it now. 100 is like, oh man, really? We could have got a little bit more for that. 89, I probably still kind of feel like that, but not as much. Not as much. I believe we're going to be a dynasty. And you know what, man? That's some great optimism, but you know what? Here it is, man. I was talking about this yesterday. In the late 90s, when we brought in Rich Gannon, he wasn't everybody's favorite when we brought him in. So what if it works? What if it does work? And on top of that, we have so many draft picks here. We can build these mainstays, these guys that we look at 5 years down the line. There's like, man, this was the squad. This is where it started in the 23 draft, where we brought in dudes left and right, the so-and-sos, the this, the that, the guys that we're going to be talking about for years to come. So I'm staying positive about this because these draft picks are going to, if Ziegler is the guy that everybody says he is, then we're going to be in a good place. So I'm going to stay hopeful, man. I'm going to stay hopeful. And I like that idea, man. This could be a dynasty. This could be the start of something great. Even if it's not this year, maybe next year, or maybe, a few years down the line. I'm all right for it, man. I'm all right for it. Anthony Estrada, that college kid, we don't need to draft him. No more rug situations. Yeah. We've had some pretty bad luck with that. We gotta, do our due diligence and make sure that we're getting guys that, are on the straight and narrow and all that other stuff. Now, Henry Ruggs, his defense, he made one bad mistake and, unfortunately, it cost him his career. But we got to do things that we learn from these mistakes, right? These are life lessons, and you can pass it down as a coach, right? As a coaching team, you deliver this message to the players like, hey guys, don't be Henry Ruggs, man. When you go out in town, drink responsibly, find a ride, have a plan, things like that. And then that makes a world of difference. Hopefully we don't get another situation like that. That's for sure. Shout out to you, bro. Gabe Asher, thanks for popping in, man. It seems like Ziegler has it out for Mark Davis and Beta Mel McDaniels is just a tool. I agree with you 100%, man. That was probably one of the best comments of the day, man. Shout out to you. You're a new face here, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully this isn't your last time. Guys, we got 18 in the chat. Like the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. We're here, and we're here to stay, and we're trying to get up to 1,000, man. Hey, share with your folks, and let's make that happen, guys. Please. John Leon, he says, I think we're not going to pay someone top dollar to learn our system. That's why we're going with people that they already know. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. And also the Patriot way. What if these guys aren't really down for that? Now, in saying that, I do want to read you guys a tweet. I do want to share a tweet with you guys because that really sparks an idea that really sparked something for me. Let me find it. Where was it? So this is from Quandre Diggs, right? Former, who was he with? Quandre Diggs. He's with the Seahawks right now. But so he goes Patriot way, right? He goes Patriot way, ... right? And it says, this is from Vic Tafur. He's in response to Vic Tafur. He goes, the trade comes 10 days after Darren Waller's wedding to Aces guard Kelsey Plum. The timing is only interesting because Josh McDaniels accidentally leaked the news of his wedding to reporters at the NFL Scouting Combine. The timing seems jacked up. Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But the timing seems real jacked up. And, Quandre Diggs, he goes Patriot way, ... If that is true, right, and Josh McDaniels is kind of, throwing people's business out there, it's not a good look, man. And that's the problem. These NFL players might already have a prejudged thing on Josh McDaniels and might not even want to deal with him. So that's another factor that we got to consider in this whole situation. If we don't get guys, maybe it's a Josh McDaniels problem. It might very well be. But like I said, I don't want to speculate too hard and say that is the issue, but you really got to consider something like that because, we're seeing guys sign elsewhere and this, that, and the third. And it's problematic to me. It could be a possible issue. I don't know. What you guys think? K-Town Raider, man, you're hilarious, man. Also on Sunday, we're going to be doing the Swaggering Boisterously podcast, episode 2 with me and K-Town. We're going to have a good debate, man. We don't see eye to eye with free agency and things like that. So we're going to duke it out, have a debate-esque type of situation, but all love, barbershop banter, that kind of stuff. And having a good time, man. So Sunday night at I believe it's 6 Pacific time. Come check us out, man. It's going to be a good time. Oh, sorry about that. This is, I think his regime is banking on Jalen Carter falling to number 7, and they have their eyes on McKee, the quarterback from Stanford. Now, that's a quiet name right there. That's a low-key name. That is a possibility. Maybe McKee is that guy. And Jalen Carter, like, I'm a big supporter of giving somebody a second chance. So, hey, let's make it happen, man. I'm all right with him. Now there is questions about him having that work ethic. He doesn't have the work ethic, and that might be problematic. But that's why you have these evaluations pre-draft. So let's do our due diligence. And if Jalen Carter does check all the boxes and lands number 7, let's pull the trigger on that, man. I think it would be beneficial to us. And plus, we need that defensive tackle that will change the game. And if you guys haven't seen him at the University of Georgia, he absolutely is a guy that will change the game. Gabe Asher, Ziegler is strung out on coke. Yo, man, allegedly. Shout out to you, bro. Sean Johnson, do you think by them trying to get cap space up and stockpile more draft capital with 12 picks now that they're getting ready for a big splash or waiting for the draft to do something big? That's a big possibility, man. That's a big possibility. Quiet before the storm type of deal. It's a possibility, man. That's something that we have to consider too. Let's be patient. That's what I'm saying. Let's be patient. Let's be patient and see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. The number 100 pick is basically a 4th rounder. 3 times 32 is 96. Yeah, that's true. Now the 3rd round is kind of weird because that's where you get the comp picks and stuff. So the 3rd round is very long. I don't know if you guys really paid attention. I went to the draft last year in Vegas, and we were there the second day, and the 3rd round seemed like it was like 3 hours, man. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you really look at it that way, but the 3rd round's a little bit different in a sense where those comp picks kind of add up. So you're getting like 40 or 50 picks in the 3rd round. So you're absolutely right, man. But hopefully we make the most of it. It's not where you draft, it's how you draft in some cases. So to me, I'm just like, let's make the most of what happens, man. That's kind of how I feel about it. Jimmy goes, I think the Patriot way expired with Tom Brady retiring. No one is going to command the respect of a locker room like Tom Brady and force everyone else to work. It might be a Tom Brady thing. It might just be Tom Brady. Maybe we're giving too much credit to Bill Belichick. Now, Bill Belichick is a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but the people that he's mentored, you've seen historically, it doesn't work out when they go elsewhere. So maybe we're putting too much stock in this whole Patriot way because it seems to me that it doesn't work elsewhere. So in saying that, I'm going to stay reserved. I'm going to stay on the fence about it. But if they don't shape it up to this year, we really got to start questioning this quote unquote Patriot way because I don't know, man. I'm not a fan so far. Rafa, what's up, man? Appreciate you popping in, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. Thanks for popping in, man. Salute to Rafa. Raider Nomad. Salute to you, bro. Patriot way players and free agents are few and far in between. What's going to happen when they run out? Yeah, at that point, we got to do some evaluating. We can't be lazy anymore. We have to bring in guys and shape them up to our philosophy. So in that case, we're going to be like, now we got to see you coach. We got to see you coach. Are you that leader of men, right? Are you going to be that guy that we can count on to motivate these guys and be that guy that, at the end of the season when people are tired of being there, you get the little bit extra out of them. That's a part of coaching as well. So, that's like I said, we're on, the verdict is out still. The verdict is out, and we got to wait and see what happens with that. John Leon, Waller is a risk. I think we did good. Yeah, I'm like I said, man, I'm conflicted, right? I feel like part of it was like, okay, I would have liked to see us get more from it. But on the flip side, I'm like, why didn't we, I thought that, there was word in January. Why didn't we, we were hearing that Waller is like one of the, the team favorites. They want to keep him there. So what happened in between time? What happened in between January and now where it's like, hey, let's ship this guy out? It's very puzzling to me. And I'm hoping that, this whole thing is not souring with the players and what's going on, and with these players and coach, the whole relationship between the two. Hopefully, it's not souring, because that's going to be a long season this year, man. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Hoping that's not the case. On the bright side, we're not overpaying for Lamar, dealing with Rodgers drama that the Jets are going through. So I guess that's a small win. You know what? You brought up another good point, man. And I'm going to read another tweet to you guys. Guys, I think we may have dodged a bullet with the whole Aaron Rodgers situation. Now, I'm going to find the tweet and read this to you guys, because it seems really problematic, the whole Pat McAfee, the Aaron Rodgers thing. By the way, he's going to be on Pat McAfee tomorrow. He might be making his announcement and decision what he wants to do. So if you guys are into that, if that's something you guys are interested in, he's going to be on Pat McAfee tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 o'clock Pacific. If you guys want to check that out, he's probably going to make his decision on his announcement that he's going to be going to the Jets. So stay tuned for that one. I'm trying to find you know what? Let me see. Trying to find it right now. Bear with me, guys. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub for Big Mike Raider. We're on the road to 1K. I'm trying to find this damn. You know what? I thought I liked it. But so here's the thing. Josina Anderson reported that Aaron Rodgers, he's making demands at this point. He's making demands that he wants Alan Lazard to come with him. If you're gonna bring me in, if you want me to say yes, basically bring in Alan Lazard, bring in Randall Cobb, and I want OBJ as well. Those kind of moves will break us down the line for years. So I'm thinking that this is a definite dodged bullet here, right? And yeah, you could make the argument like, yeah, hey, we're going to win now. We're going for win now, right? But we'll be in a situation down the line. We're in a Rams situation. We're cleaning house at the end of that. So you guys, I think that as much as we wanted Aaron Rodgers on board, man, I think that it won't be a good idea. And I'm glad that we didn't do it, man, looking at this, because this dude's making all kinds of demands. He's taking his time. He's on his own program. I don't like that, man. Me personally, it's a balance between being on your own program and being like a yes man, right? I don't really want a yes man like a Derek Carr situation, but I also don't want somebody that's going to be, out for themselves and, going out for themselves and going to business for themselves. I don't necessarily like that in the football in a team setting, man. I want a good balance. And I'm glad that we didn't go to Aaron Rodgers. I'm glad that we didn't go with the Lamar Jackson situation, paying him some odd money and all this other stuff. He's asking for a ridiculous amount of money. In that situation, we won't be able to bring anybody at all. So, and then the Tom Brady thing, that would have been ideal, but it would have only been for 1 year. Then we would have been back to a Bucs situation there where they can't find a quarterback now at this point. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, man. Anthony, he goes, bro, I'm definitely not like Raider Nation about Jimmy G. I loved his game last couple seasons in San Francisco. Don't be surprised if he sweeps the division and beats Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Now, he has a reputation of being a winner. Now, I think that's a little bit overstated because, he did have pieces around him with the 49ers. He had a great defense to kind of mask his mistakes. I will say that. But he has that thing about being a winner. He has the reputation of being a winner. So if that carries over to the Raiders, dude, I'm all for it. Let's see what happens. I'm warming up to the idea just a little bit, just for the fact that we save so much money and we can build on the defense and the future isn't compromised. So I'm warmed up to the idea of Jimmy G coming in just a little bit. Hey, you heard Cane Town, man. Like the thumb, hit the sub. We got 26 in here, man, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys popping in and seeing what's up, seeing what I got cooking. You guys could be anywhere in the damn world, and you listen to me, Big Mike, talk shit about the Raiders, man, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys, each and every one of you guys, for coming in, man. hopefully this isn't your last time coming in. John Leon, what do you think about Jacob's tweet? Let's get into that, man. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. So if you guys don't know, Josh Jacobs has been kind of everywhere, right? He's been talking a lot. He did a tweet where he pretty much what was the quote? He says, "Shit sad for real." Now, that's a little bit problematic to me. Now, do we have another malcontent with Josh Jacobs? I'm not sure. And if that is the case, can we blame him? Now, this is a bigger issue than just the Raiders issue. This is a NFL issue. You see it league-wide where these running backs aren't getting paid the way they should. They're getting a franchise tag, and they're, putting on the trade block. You even got Derrick Henry getting put on the trade block. You got Nick Chubb put on the trade block. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs given the franchise tag. And to me, I think the NFL really needs to put their heads together, the NFLPA or whoever the powers that be, right? They need to get together and somehow find a different parameter pay-wise for these running backs. Now, I know after 4 years, it's time for them to get their fifth-year option. And at that point, typically you see these running backs get the franchise tag, right? And then they franchise tag them till they're like, oh, you're 27 years old, man, we're not bringing you back. They don't get their payday. How about you do 2 years? How about we put it at the 2-year mark, and then you could possibly, franchise tag them at the 3rd year or give them that payday at the 3rd year if they deserve so. That's kind of where I feel with it. I think it's a damn disservice what they're doing to Josh Jacobs. I would love for him to get paid, man. Pay the man. If he's a malcontent, it's because the front office did so. And he has every right to be upset, to be honest with you. He also did he also dropped something on IG. It was like a blank screen, and at the bottom he was like calling out the Bussin' with the Boys podcast. So he might be trying to air it out with Bussin' with the Boys. So stay tuned with that. We have a malcontent possibly, man, and it doesn't feel good. I'm not comfortable with it. It feels bad. And I absolutely hate it, man. Shout out to you, John Leon, for bringing that up, man. Appreciate you, man. AR, man, all I can say is shrugging the shoulders. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, man. But all we can do, like I said, is wait and see. Wait and see. Salute. Let's see. What's good, everyone? Make sure you run those likes and subscribe, man. Listen to him, hear what he's saying, man. Appreciate you all, man. Let me get down to the rest of these chats, man. I'm slipping and running my mouth too much. Guys, check out your latest Raider news as well as articles from Big Mike, Kingtown Raider, Wasted Talent, and Graphk at planetraiders.com. Guys, if you haven't checked out Planet Raiders, I don't know what you guys are waiting for, man. We got great written content. We're building this thing. It's at its infant stages. We're still learning how to walk. We're learning how to, we're that baby with the bobbly neck right now with Planet Raiders. That's where we're at right now. And it's going anywhere. It's going up at this point. We're only going up with this situation. So guys, go check out Planet Raiders. Wasted Talent is throwing out haymakers on a daily basis, man. Go check out what he has cooking. I have a couple of articles in there. Kingtown Raiders throwing some haymakers as well, man. Graphk Raider, stay tuned for what he's got cooking. He's got some big plans for Planet Raiders. So guys, go check it out, man. The traffic in that site is important. Go check it out. Let people know what we got cooking here. Man, it's going to change the game, man. And I appreciate you guys for going in advance. Josh McDaniels did well with quarterbacks except for Carr. Yeah. Well, you know what? It was when he was with the Broncos, he kind of let what was that guy? Jay Cutler go. And then I don't know. It was a whole thing with that. And I don't know. Josh McDaniels to me is, I don't know. Verdict is still out. Like I said, I'm gonna still be on the fence with this dude, but I don't like what he's doing so far, man. Sean Johnson, once again, Dalton Schultz and Mike Gesicki tight ends are still available in free agency. We might go that route. That might be a thing. It might be a little bit less than what we gave Darren Waller, so that might be the smarter move, right? We gave Darren Waller a 3-year, $51 million deal. That's $17 million a year, basically. Maybe we can get a Dalton Schultz or a Gesicki for a lot less. that'll be ideal as well. So, stay tuned, man. Hey guys, we got plenty of time in this free agency period to see how we build this squad, man. So guys, let's just wait and see, guys. Let's just wait and see. I got 31 in the building, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like, man. Serene Raider, what's your belief level in McDaniels? On a scale of 1 to 10, man, 0 to 10, 3. I'm at a 3 until proven otherwise. He needs to prove it, man. He needs to prove it. I was already initially at like a 3. So he hasn't done anything to prove otherwise to me. I was never a fan of the hire. I think he's not a good dude. The way he did the Colts kind of walked out on him. The way he did the Broncos, I mean, I loved it at the time, but as a Raider now, seeing that we brought him in, gave him a second chance, I don't think a person's philosophy changes that much, like a 180 where you can give somebody a second chance. He's not a head coach in this league, man. He's a great coordinator under Bill Belichick, but he's not a head coach. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and it's a 3 until proven otherwise, bro. Shout out to you, man. Plum Raider 87. 49ers cooked with a stack offense and whatever quarterback and loaded on defense. Shit, man, it's the second day and fans are out here ready to hang themselves. We're freeing up money, collecting picks. Cool. I'm cool with it. Yeah, like I told you, I'm warming up to the idea. Now, there is that whole other side, right, where we're saying, like, Jimmy G, he was sitting on the bench last year with the 49ers. They were trying to get rid of him last year. So there is that. There is that problem where people are like, okay, so why were the 49ers so quick to try to get rid of him? Part of it, I think, is because they had to, right? They put too much, they invested too much in Trey Lance. So they had to kind of like move Jimmy G to the side because that's old news in this situation. And, and it just so that their look is that Brock Purdy can do the same thing Trey Lance can do. So I think that, there is that argument there, but I think that Jimmy G, maybe he can get this done with the right pieces and, things built up correctly around him. And I'm hoping that the Raiders do. So I hope this front office does that. John Leon, look at Mumford and Parham. Great picks. Yeah, those were solid picks. And that's why I'm giving Ziegler a shot, man. I want to see what he's going to do with this draft class, man, because he did well with Parham. He did well with Munford. Zamir White still remains to be seen. So he's hit pretty good on these picks last year. So hey, we got to see it, man. We got to see it. I saw y'all Planet Raiders Jacob's article yesterday during Wastes Live. Hey, I'm glad, man. I'm hoping you liked it. I speculate, man. I'm not an expert with this, but that's kind of where I would pay him in the $13.5 million range for 4 years. Of course, loaded win incentives, kind of a way to kind of get our way out of it after 2 years. But I would love to see him retire a Raider, man. That's something that I would love to see, man. We really need that for this franchise. We need that face that we can in the modern day that we can look back at and be proud of. And I think Josh Jacobs is the prime guy for that, and Max Crosby as well. Check out the Swagger and Boisterously Show, as well as Raider content and news on Canetown Raiders channel. Yeah, go check out Canetown Raider, man. We're trying to get his build up as well. I know he's on the road to he's almost at 100 subscribers. He just gets started, man. We're trying to build together, man. Go check him out, Canetown Raider, man. That's my boy right there. Buddha BU4L. Who got signed today? So here's who got signed today. We signed Jakobi Meyers, receiver from the Patriots. We signed Philip Dorsett. We signed inside linebacker. Name slips my mind right now. What's his name? Hold on. Let me find the name for you guys. What's his name? Inside linebacker. Robert Spillane. And then we brought back Jakob Johnson. Robert Spillane, and I want to talk about him for a little bit. He's like a 5-year vet. He's been mostly like a kind of like a depth piece for different teams, but he kind of broke out last year with the Steelers. He played a career high 588 snaps last year and recorded a career high That's not right. 79 sacks. I think it's 79 tackles. 79 tackles, guys. So this is according to Vinny B, beat writer for the Las Vegas Raiders. So hey guys, this might be a steal. This might be a diamond in the rough for us. So hey, let's see, man. But those are the people that we signed. Jakob Johnson was our latest acquisition. So we're bringing him back on a 1-year deal. So that's who we signed. Jimmy goes, this is a rebuild. Look at the 49ers getting Hargrave. Top free agents are going to places ready to win now. Feels like top free agents don't want to come here because we are far too from a chip. That's a possibility. Also, the division that we're in, that might also be a thing. It might also be, like I said, a Josh McDaniels issue. And from the Raiders' perspective, maybe they don't want to break the bank and go rushing out, overpaying guys. I mean, that's also a possibility. Like I said yesterday, we did that in 2019 with Brown, the left tackle. We paid him a bunch of money, Trent Brown. So we paid him a bunch of money. Corey Littleton, we paid him a bunch of money, and it didn't work out. So in saying that, maybe it's like a lesson learned type of deal, and Mark Davis is like, yeah, I don't want to do that again. So that's a possibility and something that we need to maybe consider just a little bit. There's so many factors to this thing, man. So many factors. Anthony Estrada says, nobody know, just a huge loss. I'm sorry, you're probably talking to somebody else on that one. John Leon, Aaron Rodgers wants his receivers in a double cheeseburger. Yeah, he wants everything, man, on a silver platter, man. Yeah, and I'm not willing to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna. I don't know. I don't want to cater to somebody that's only gonna be around for 1 year, or possibly 1 year. Raider Room, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Pasadena native, just like myself, man. Thanks for popping in as always, man. Like I said, man, we're gonna get you on camera soon, bro. Always good to see you, man. Always good to see you in the chat. Yee! There you go. There you go. Shout out to you, Buddha. Hold on. Let me see what else we got here. Wow, we signed 2 wide receivers and let a star tight end go. That's crazy to me. Yeah. Now, Darren Waller had a lot of injuries, man, and that was problematic to me. And like I said, man, I was hoping that we get a little bit more from him. That's kind of where I'm standing with that one, man. Kingtown Raider, of course, support those who support you. That's a family, man. That's what we do here with the Raider Nation. The ones that show support, we show back, man. It's nothing but love here on Big Mike Raiders channel. That's what we do here, man. We support positivity here all day, every day. John Leon, hit the like button and love the show. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Hopefully this isn't your last time, man. Hopefully you share this with your folks. Hey, we're trying to build this thing here, man, and hopefully you guys like what I got cooking over here, man. I really do appreciate you guys' support, man. It really does. It really means a lot to me. Appreciate it. Running back should get a guarantee. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't be all one blanket where, after the 4th year, the 5th year, it should be like kind of, it should be staggered just a little bit, especially for running backs, because it's not fair how they're getting treated right now. And also, we're paying quarterbacks an absurd amount of money just because the market is set that way. It's disgusting. They're giving running backs basically the shaft, and then they're overpaying these quarterbacks. You got Geno Smith making damn near $40 million. You got Derek Carr making, 30-something million. You got Daniel Jones making $40 million. Like, dude, in what world does Daniel Jones make more money than Josh Jacobs? I don't know, man. Like, to me, that's it's a crime, man. And I'm not saying pay running backs $40 million a year. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why are we paying quarterbacks that much money in the first place, man? This is a team game. Last time I checked, you need a full 53 to make this thing happen. Why are we giving quarterbacks so much money? That's kind of where I stand with that, man. I don't know. I'm kind of old school with that, man. I might be the old man, get off my lawn type of deal with that, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Sean Johnson, the man always keeping you in the know with latest Raider news and happenings. Follow on IG. Go check out Sean Johnson, man. Have a good conversation with him. He is a wizard when it comes to free agent signings and everything financial going on with the Las Vegas Raiders, trades, news. Dude is a wizard, man. He's a good conversation. Go check him out on IG, man. Go slip into the DMs, have a conversation with him, man. He's a good guy, man. And I appreciate Sean Johnson as well. DeMarcus Webb, Jimmy G signing is giving me Gannon vibes. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Our offense is going to look a lot like the 2000s team. Quick up-tempo West Coast offense. Even more so, we keep Renfro, like the Dorsett signing. And that's the speedy guy that we have been missing. Kind of the guy that can kind of be a decoy, take the top off of defense. Then you can throw it underneath to guys who like to do run yak yards like Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfro. We can free him up a little bit, whoever's going to be our tight end for the future, and Jakobi Meyers. He's another yak guy. So, guys, we got to be patient. We got to be patient, and let's warm up to this idea, man. It's probably not the ideal situation we are hoping for. It's not the idea that we envision. But there's more than one way to skin a cat here. Maybe we can make this happen. Maybe we can make it happen. You never know, guys. And I'm with you, DeMarcus Webb, man. I really think this might be history repeating itself. You never know, man. And we got to stay on board with that. Kyle Orton, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I was stuck with that. I appreciate you. I'm fine with Jimmy as a bridge quarterback. I just thought they would make a splash in the draft and move up to grab a top prospect. Yeah. Jimmy, that's what I was saying last night, man. We rode the roller coaster at the beginning of the season, man, because we were so down on what happened this past season, 6-11. So we're looking towards the future, and we rode the roller coaster that they set forward on us, man. The media, the rumors, right? They were talking Tom Brady first. We got on that roller coaster. We got let down. We get on the Aaron Rodgers roller coaster during Pro Bowl weekend. Devontae Adams, all his stuff he was saying and all the things that were going on with that. It was a roller coaster that we got on, and we got let down once again, and even there was a small roller coaster with Lamar Jackson. It's like we set ourselves up for this, man. And I think if we stayed level-headed from the jump, we would probably think this Jimmy G signing wouldn't be as bad as it is. That's all I'm saying about it. So, like I said, I'm not a fan of this regime so far, especially Josh McDaniels. I'm okay with Ziegler, but as far as Josh McDaniels goes, I'm not a fan of his, but we got to support our guy, and we still got to stay on board with what's going on. You never know what can happen, guys. You never know. Sean Johnson just read Hunter Renfro on the trade block. Patriots have interest in him. Here we go. And that might be a thing. We might be getting a little bit of something else from the Patriots. Hopefully they give us a little bit extra. I was kind of hoping that we can kind of negotiate with the Arizona Cardinals and move up to that number 3 and hopefully land CJ Stroud. That's my guy. But if not, like I said, I would love to trade back and add some more draft capital. AR, appreciate you, bro. PlanetRaiders.com. Go check it out, y'all. Check it out. Raider Nomad, can't blame Jacobs. He gets the tag, and a good selection of his teammates are getting the last meal team-friendly contracts only to get shipped off. Yeah, man. Like, he's a malcontent, and like I said, I can't blame him, man. I can't blame him. He has every right to be upset with what's going on. And he said it before, he's on record saying, hey, if I'm going to be the only show in town, if I'm going to be the guy in town, pay me like the guy in town. And now he's on the franchise deal. He's on a franchise deal. It was paying him well below his market value. So, yeah, he has every right to be upset, man. He does. He has every right to be upset about what's going on. And I hope he gets his bag seriously, and I hope we give it to him, most importantly. Raider Mike, 81, they said Waller was hot, that McDaniel said something about him getting married before the wedding. Yeah. Josh McDaniels, whether that's true or not, if it is true, shame on him for that. And if he did, make Waller a malcontent and force him to kind of ship him elsewhere, is jacked up. And on top of that, compound that with their newlyweds, right? And Kelsey Plum plays for the Las Vegas Aces. So now they're in a situation where they have like a long distance thing going possibly, and that's not good for a marriage, right? So it's just compounded. It's just jacked up. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's that's the side of it that I don't really agree with, and that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know, man, and that just kind of goes back on the whole Josh McDaniels not really being a big fan of his. That's kind of where I'm at, man. AR, I appreciate you, man. Planet Raiders, guys. Planet Raiders. We're gonna be saying this all night. Appreciate you, bro. Jimmy goes, Carolina might have ruined their plans. It was reported that the Raiders tried to make Chicago an offer for number 1 overall. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too. And, Jimmy G is probably like plan C or D. You know what I mean? A lot of things have not fallen our way this offseason. Tom Brady, maybe Aaron Rodgers was in the plans at some point. Number 1 overall, maybe grabbing our guy like CJ Stroud or even Bryce Young. That didn't fall through. So this is probably a plan D thing for Jimmy G, but the plan D is soundproof. It's a way. There's an easy way to get out of it. We can jettison our way out of this next year and post June 1st and get only a $3.7 million penalty with this. So it's not the end of the world, guys, if this doesn't work out. Third time's a charm. There you go. Planet Raiders, guys. Third time's a charm. I think he was struggling with making that a highlighted link, man. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. Busy at work, been listening. Great stuff, Big Mike. D Minutes 4200, a mainstay here, and OG to this page, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, man. I hope work is going well with you, man. Hopefully it's not dragging by. Hopefully I'm killing some time for you, man. Let's see what else we got here. Orlando Padilla, running backs are getting screwed. I agree, man. Salute to you, Milka Beezy, man. I appreciate you popping in, man. We got 26 in the building, man. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. Guys, we're on the road to 1K. Please go. You guys go share it with your folks, man. We're gonna make this thing grow. And I can't do it without you guys, man. And I appreciate the ones that are here, man. I really do. What do you think happens tomorrow? Any big moves or just some more expatriate signings, bro? Oh, my gosh, man. If I had to put some money on it, I mean, how many more Patriots are out there, man? Like, really? Like, what else? We're over here negotiating with the Patriots for Hunter Renfrow now. Like, geez, like, what else is going to happen? Like, if you're going to send anybody from the Patriots, send us like Judon or something. Like, send us somebody worthwhile at this point. What I think happens tomorrow, we're actually in actual free agency period. The tampering period is over tomorrow. I think maybe we make some moves tomorrow, particularly on defense. I think linebacker is where we're going to go. Hopefully Tranquil comes in. He had a great season with the Chargers. I'm hoping that's the case. Maybe a couple of linebackers there. I'm really hoping that that's the move. Defensive tackles, we're going to have to bring in like a under the radar type of deal. I know that the Seahawks just got rid of Quentin Jefferson. He was pretty good with us in 2021. That might be somebody that we look at and bring back. It's a cheaper option. It's not the best option in the world, but the Tomlinsons, the Hargraves are gone. So, these are guys that we're going to have to look at. Larry Ogunjobi signed with the Steelers again. So there's a Fletcher Cox, but he might be asking for a lot of money and he's a little bit long in the tooth. So we'll see, man, particularly I think at the linebacking position. I think that's where we go, man. Quarterbacks don't get hit as much as running backs. So that's even another reason. Like, I don't understand why. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's because, the quarterback is the pretty boy. They stand upright. Everybody loves being the quarterback. And I've seen this game, shift. It's pivoted to be more quarterback centric over the years. Now, back in the 90s, you needed to have a running game. Running game was the forefront. Being a running back you were the man on the offense, because football was a hard-nosed sport. It was man versus man. You had the goal was to put another dude on his ass and dominate, right? Pause if necessary, right? So it's shifted over the years, right? Now we have quarterbacks, these receivers don't get hit going across the middle. Quarterbacks are, you got the Patrick Mahomes doing things that are like, everybody's excited about it. You can put it on social media and things like that. So that's kind of where we're at with the game of football now. It's shifted in a way to where now is quarterback centric. And I don't know if I like it or not. I'm a defensive player. I play defense. I play defensive end. I played linebacker. And I like hitting people in the damn mouth. So I don't really like quarterbacks to begin with. There you go. I've said it right there. I don't like quarterbacks to begin with. So, hey, I'm all down for signing these running backs, as they do take a beating, man. They do take an absolute beating. You can't even hit a quarterback anymore. So, really. What's the deal, right? Trade Renfro to New England for Kyle Duggar. Okay, that's a move. We'll see what happens, man. That is definitely a move that we got to consider. GA Patriot, my guy. Good evening, Big Mike. What's good, man? Hey, we're just kind of going over today's free agency acquisitions. We brought like we got Jakobi Meyers. We traded Darren Waller to the Giants. I'm kind of conflicted. You know, I go one way and I go the other way sometimes. We got linebacker from the Steelers, Robert Spillane. We picked him up. Might be a steal, possibly. He's kind of a sneaky pick. We got Philip Dorsett, speedy receiver from former Patriot. I think he was with the Texans before that. And we brought back Jakob Johnson for a one-year deal. So just kind of going over that, man. And I'm actually going to be wrapping this thing up soon. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Let's see, get a couple of more of these in. It says New England has number 76 overall, maybe Renfro for that third round. I'm all right with that. Let's get another third rounder for it. I'm okay. I like that. And then maybe we can combine those third rounds to move up, or maybe get in business with the Cardinals and move up to that number 3. Everything's a possibility here, man. We can't eliminate these possibilities. Anything can happen here. Hope we get a third for Renfro and package all them threes to go. I was just talking about that. There you go, Serene Raider. I feel like I see what they're doing, but we still haven't signed a defense yet, and it's far from a sure thing we hit on picks. Yeah, and we have our history of not hitting on picks, so I don't blame you for feeling that way, man. Austin Ogbor. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name, man. First time watcher. Big Mike, love the content, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully it's not your last. Hey, make sure you share with your folks, man. We got this thing cooking over here. Planet Raiders, a whole bunch of things. Swagger and Boisterously podcast on Sundays that I do with Canetown Raider, man. So, hey, make sure you hit the bell as well so you don't miss anything, man. I appreciate you for dropping in, man. We might get a tight end, Hunter Henry from the Patriots. Who knows? I mean, that makes a lot of sense, considering what's going on, right? Ziegler's picking up guys he's already had success hiring before. Low-hanging fruit. It's lazy. It's lazy coaching. It's lazy GMing. And I was just talking about this earlier, man. Like, if I don't know, man. It doesn't. I don't like it. It's lazy, man. It's to not get long-winded is really lazy. And I'm hoping that they do a lot more due diligence and actually do some actual screening of people that aren't former Patriots. I'm gonna leave it at that. Renfro for Henry, I'm with it. I'm okay with that. I would rather have the draft capital in this situation, though, to be honest with you, man. GA Patriot, if Jimmy G is our quarterback, Jacobs is going to be the man on this offense. They need to pay the man, yes. And I have an article on Planet Raiders talking about what it would look like, what a Josh Jacobs contract would look like when we did pay him. I'm looking at something between the $13 to $13.5 million a year, and let's make him a Raider for life. Let's throw him 4 years. 2 years after the second year, we can find a way to kind of eject and press the eject button if we need to on that contract. But let's give him a 4-year deal and see what happens. That's kind of where I'm at, man. Orlando Padilla, what are you doing? What are you going to do for the draft? You know what? I don't know, man. Hopefully I get with the guys, the Shieldmore guys. Hopefully I get with them. I don't know yet. I know that they might be doing something in New York. They extended out to me and invited me over, but we'll see. Let's see if it's financially feasible for me. But if not, I'll be here. I'll be covering the draft. I might be still linking up with them, maybe at a distance. So we'll see, man. That's kind of what I'm doing here. But I'm definitely going to be locked in on that draft. That's for damn sure, man. 100%. Lou Molina, let's hope Josh Jacobs is still here. His jersey is half price on Raider Image. Yeah, you know what? I think it's also because he might be changing his number to number 8. I know there was talks of that last year that he was going to change to number 8. So that might be the case. Hold off of getting the Jacobs jersey because he might be getting a number 8. I don't know. But that was the talk about it last year, right? Jimmy goes dumping Carr and Waller. I feel like paying Jacobs is a must to have a face of the franchise. Could also be Crosby, but they haven't gotten him much help at all. Yeah, and I think Josh Jacobs is a prime candidate to be the face of the franchise. Him and Max Crosby is a perfect candidate. That needs to happen. Raider Mike, if someone becomes CEO or president of the company, the first thing they do is surround themselves with people that they know they can work with and trust. Same thing goes for coaches and GMs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's you're absolutely right. My problem with the whole thing, they did bring guys that they're familiar with, Ziegler and McDaniels is a paired thing, right? And that's usually what you get between a coach and a GM. Yes, I understand that, right? My thing is be a GM, be a coach, evaluate properly. Just don't be like, hey, I'm going to bring in this guy because he was good on the Patriots and I want to bring him in again. That's cool to an extent. Do that to an extent. But if all of our transitions, our transactions, acquisitions are going to be former Patriots, it seems a little bit lazy to me. That's all I'm saying. Thick Frame E, what up, Big Mike? What's up, man? Thick Frame E, I appreciate you dropping in, man. Man, I seen someone got my profile pic. Anyway, I'm excited for the season. I know I saw that before. I was like, I wonder where I saw that before. Yeah, you're right, bro. We're either going to be better or have a new head coach and quarterback. Let's go. Yeah, you're right, man. Hey, we just got to sit back and watch the movie, right? That's kind of where we're at. Shout out to you, bro. Good to see you, man. Alpocalypse, thanks for popping in, man. You just missing me, man. I'm about to jump off in a second, man. Good to see you, though, man. Sean Johnson update, 5th most cap space left, $27 million. Let's do some damage, man. That's how I feel about it. GA Patriot, we need to poach Georgia in the draft for tight end and defense. Absolutely, man. It doesn't get any better than Georgia. They're the prime. They're the gold standard of football right now. So, yeah, we definitely need to do that. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. Alpocalypse, I think all our draft capital points to a move up. You're absolutely right. It does look like that. It feels like that. I have a gut feeling about it. That might be the case. Chris, how do you feel about Pat Pete signing? Bro, I don't care, bro. Bro, I don't give a damn. It's about the Raiders, baby. Nah, I'm just playing, man. Hey, shout out to you, bro. My bro, Chris, man, a good friend of mine, former shipmate of mine, Pittsburgh Steelers. So you guys can give him a hard time if you want. But no, I think it's a good move. You know how it goes with the Steelers, man. They bring in good defense and they make things happen over there, man. So I do like the pick, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for the support, bro. I appreciate you coming in, man. Francisco Ortiz, McDaniels is showing how scared he is to go out and coach a player who hasn't been in his scheme prior to head coaching because he's on the hot seat. That's also a consideration, man. That's a good point. We have also gotten any other head coaching and made the playoffs. Like he could have gotten any other head coach and made the playoffs, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too. Part of me feels like, man, we really should have kept what's the guy? Bisaccia, let him kind of develop a coaching staff and to see where he goes from there. And part of me kind of believes that maybe we'd have got a lot out of Derek Carr, a lot out of these players. I don't know. I mean, it's just speculation. It's part of me that thinks this. I'm not saying that is the thing. A lot of people like to put things in your mouth saying, oh, so you think that Bisaccia would have been a better. No, it's just me thinking out loud and thinking like, hey, maybe that was a possibility. Maybe that would have been something that, maybe we'd be looking at the Raiders being a little bit more successful. I'm just speculating, guys. Please don't put words in my mouth. Don't quote me, because then people are like, oh, you think, yeah. Anyway, you guys know how that works. Raider Mike, Ziegler's specialty as a scout was wide receivers, and he handpicked Meyers for the Patriots. So when he was available at a reasonable price, he had to go for it. Yeah, I like the pick, man. I do like the pick. We needed a wide receiver too. That's a step up from Mac Hollins. I absolutely like the pick, man. I absolutely like it. GA Patriot, I think it's smart not to pay a ton for free agents. Yeah. Excuse me. We have no foundation. We need to build through the draft. More picks. Yep, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a huge youth movement coming through this year, man. We've been rebuilding for 21 years now. Haven't won a playoff game in 21 years. This shit is rough. It is rough, man. And I think we're all thirsting for some success in this with this franchise, man. And I think that's why we grow so impatient when things don't happen right away, man. We want to see a winner. We want to see a winner on the field so bad, man. And we were promised this. This was something that was promised to us, and it hasn't happened yet. So it is very frustrating. So I do understand when people really get like, up and down. Even myself, I do it. I'm guilty of it, right? So I understand that. I understand that feeling. I understand why people do that. So, it's understandable, man. Understandable. AR, my boy, I for one don't understand why people are ready to part with Renfro so easy, like he was yesterday's garbage. He's young, has been very good, has been a very good Raider and one of the best slot receivers in the game. You know what? I agree with you to an extent, but I will say this, man. I'm gonna push back just a little bit. He was good under John Gruden when John Gruden allowed him to be more free with route running. He did the China route. He did a lot of freestyling on that route. In Josh McDaniel's system, it seems to me, and you saw it last year, that he can't be he doesn't have that autonomy to kind of run the route he wants to do. Has to be exactly done how it's supposed to be done, and you have to be at a certain place at a certain time. And I don't think that's Hunter Renfro's game. That's not to his strength. I would like to see Josh McDaniels kind of step out of the box and try to mold him, or maybe change his play calling just a little bit to make that happen for Hunter Renfro if we do keep him. But if not, to me, I think he's not really a fit in this scheme. And in that case, we do need to let him go and get some draft capital and find a guy that does fit into our scheme, such as we got a Dorsett now. He's a little bit long in the tooth. Well, he's not really. He's like 29, but he's a little bit older. And a Jakobi Meyers who's a better fit. So just push back a little bit. You're absolutely right. He's one of the best slots in the game with the right fit. That's kind of how I feel about it. GA Patriot, high dollar free agents don't stick around long. Young guys on rookie deals do. That's more important. And in those situations, hey, in a couple of years, we look at a situation, right? We have people on rookie deals, right? And we can bring in these guys. We can bring in a guy, a little bit expensive because we can afford to do so. We can't afford to do that now because we have too many holes. So maybe in 2 or 3 years, when we have 12 guys, if we hit a home run with these draft picks, we have 12 guys on rookie deals who are absolutely balling. And all we need is maybe a couple pieces here and there. We can bring the top guys and make that happen. So guys, just be a little bit patient on what's going on, man. Man, I got 40 in the chat, man. Make sure you guys hit the thumb, hit the sub, and share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. I said I was getting out of here. I got about 10 minutes in me, man. I got about 10 minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you guys popping in, man. I don't care who. I don't care how. Just win, baby. That's how I feel about it, man. And that's how we all should feel about it. Apocalypse. For me, the Garoppolo signing puts in doubt a Hendon Hooker pick. I mean, two guys that have the potential for injury at the quarterback position. That's a good point, man. You make an absolutely great point, and I can't disagree with you. And that makes me think that we might pivot over to another guy in consideration, and like maybe a mid-round pick. Maybe Hendon Hooker isn't our guy, but it's hard to pass that up if he's available, if he lands in our position, in our laps. I will say that. Serene Raider, folks who saying people are tripping either are new Las Vegas fans, they're old as hell and numb to it because it's been a rough 5 years from Gruden. Gruden emails, Carr, has just been wild. We deserve better. We absolutely deserve better, man. And there's a lot of people out there. The old heads are definitely numb to the whole thing, and the new fans, they've never been here before, so they're freaking out. So stay in the middle, man. That's the message, right? Stay in the middle and watch the movie. Let's see what happens, right? That's kind of how I feel about it. Sean Johnson, Big Mike, you think we were on our way with Gruden if the emails didn't happen? Yeah, I do. I think that continuity is very important in the NFL, and Gruden in year 4, whether or not he deserved that, we were seeing an upward trend just a little bit. It was slowly trending upward. I didn't like the way he evaluated players. I didn't like the way he drafted. Of course, we saw the failures with that, but we were trending up. That was a trend up. So it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But continuity is king in this league, right? That's what you need in this league to be successful. You need somebody that's been there for a while. Philosophy is being instilled, and you execute. It's execution that's the most important. And if you're hesitating on execution, you're not going to be successful. And that's a big component to success, is execution without thinking about it, where it's just like that, right? You can make it happen. So Yeah, maybe that's a possibility. I don't know. It's hard to say. But you're leaning towards yes just a little bit. Jimmy says, yeah, we are AFC championship game bound with Gruden. Maybe not AFC champs, but we would have gone to the AFC chip. Yeah, and have a crazy idea that I've put out there too. You know, maybe if John Gruden is on board, right? You know, he had a hold like this on the team at some point. He had that hold, like he had that clinch, you know, that stronghold on the team. He was followed. He was an alpha, right? Maybe the Henry Ruggs thing doesn't happen. You know, I don't know, man. You know, it's speculation. Of course, it could have happened with anybody, but this happened after Gruden left. So it makes me think maybe if Gruden was there, maybe he, you know, say something that might have like sparked a little bit of second guessing and things like that. You know, so I don't know. It's all speculation and things like that. But it makes me think, right? Maybe things would have been a little bit different if we did have John Gruden. Does anyone know how much we signed Dorsett for? You know what, Sean Johnson, if you can be so kind to help me out. I don't have that in front of me. I know it wasn't too much. It didn't break us too much. Like I said, according to Sean Johnson, we have $27 million left in the cap, so we're not hurting for cash. Hopefully it was a good deal. I'm thinking it is. In here late, Mike. Let's turn 12 picks into 8 better picks. Go Raiders. I'm for that too. If that means we go 8 for 8 on those picks, man. Just be successful in whatever you do. That's kind of how I feel about it. Bears didn't like that Khalil Mack dud we sent them. Yeah. But you know what? Khalil Mack, he got paid a bunch of money, and I don't know. Khalil Mack did his thing, though. I like Khalil Mack. I'm hoping that I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it would have been nice to see him come back on his way out, but I know that that's not going to happen now at this point. Khalil Mack a dud. Yeah, that was kind of weird to see. Khalil Mack's my guy. That Gabe, that's the first time I heard anybody say it about Khalil Mack, man. If you can kind of explain yourself on that, I'm willing to hear you out, man. You know, everybody's opinion is valued here, man. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not going to like knock down anybody's opinion here because that's why we're here. We want to talk some ball, man, and we're going to be classy about it. And that's what it's all about, man. Orlando Padilla, do you think we need a safety or linebacker more for the defense? Linebacker. I know that we got a safety yesterday with Epps. I know that he's not the greatest option in the world, but we're hurting for linebackers now, considering that, Denzel Perryman is, he walked to test the market out. So if Perryman isn't the option, we do need to be going for linebacker at this point. Hoping to sign Poyer, maybe linebacker, maybe 2 corners and a DT. I'm hoping so too. Maybe a trade, hopefully a trade for some pieces as well. Just so we're not, kind of dipping into that salary cap too hard, right? That's hopefully we can do some negotiating and some maneuvering and stuff to kind of keep us out of salary cap danger and put us in the zero. Khalil Mack is many things. A dud is most definitely not one of them, especially during his time as a Raider. Yeah, Defensive Player of the Year 2016, I believe. So yeah, it's hard to say he was a dud, man. Raider Mike 81. I was watching some film of Gardner Johnson and kept getting distracted by Epps making plays. Dude is going to be really good for us. I think to me, I think that we are making those sneaky good moves right now. I mean, like I said, Spillane, he had his best season last year. He's on an upward trend. Epps, yeah, he was flying all around in that Super Bowl. Yeah, they might be doing their due diligence and bringing in these under the radar guys that we're not necessarily got our eyes on. So, guys, this is a team game. This is not the NBA where you have to bring in stars to be successful. It has to be good fits for it to work. And maybe they are doing their due diligence. I'm here to sit back and watch the show, man. I'm not playing armchair GM anymore. It doesn't work out for me. There you go, AR, man. I appreciate you, man. Hit the likes and subscribe, everyone. Hey, I'm going to be heading out soon, man. Make sure you guys like the thumb, hit the sub, share it with your folks. Big Mike Raider. I got one more I'm going to check out right here. GA Patriot hot take. Butterfingers Waller leads the Giants and drop TD passes this season. It doesn't surprise me if that happens because he did it with us. Francisco Ortiz is my last comment. I'm going to head out, guys. Letting the market follow us screwed us. For example, TJ Edwards, Jermaine Pratt getting paid for less than what Perryman was asking for. Also, now there are barely any top free agents that fit us. Yeah, I would hope, I was hoping that we would have made moves a little bit faster, but hey, here we are, and hopefully we have a better day tomorrow. Now, guys, I'm heading out. It's it's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm heading out. Thank you guys so much for your guys' support. Thank you guys for everything, man. You guys believe in everything that I'm doing, and it means a lot to me. In saying that, guys, go ahead and check out Planet Raiders. You see it at the bottom. I'm a writer and contributor for Planet Raiders. Go check out planetraiders.com. We got a lot of things cooking over there. Also, on Sunday, me and Canetown Raider are going to battle it out. We're going to have a good debate. We're going to barbershop talk it up. And we're going to do a debate on Sunday on the Swagger and Boisterously podcast, episode 2. You guys go ahead and check it out. And make sure on your way out, you guys hit the thumbs up. Hit the sub if you haven't, man. And share with your folks. Big Mike Raider. And guys, it's a great day to be a Raider every single day, man. You guys have a good night, and you guys take care. Peace out.
Fuck it, I entertain and play along. They claim they the best in the game when I'm the system that they play it on. They copy me, but my pattern is far beyond strange. I sit back and watch my clones play like LeBron James. See, I'm the illest that's walking under the firmament. A pat on the back from me will leave a pumper that's permanent. They pointed and laughed when cautious wasn't doing well. I needed that. First you learn, then you remove the L. Soon after that, you can't be stopped. Get up and go and get it. You gotta activate your hustle if you want specifics. It's no denying me, my flow's terrific. All these candy bars being produced, I guess that made me the golden ticket. My whole life, good and evil, been playing tug of war, but still I remain flyer than Marty McFly's hoverboard. Don't trust the soul, too many stabs in the back. They sleeping on me now, it's time to wake them up from their nap. It's a difference between confusion and undeniable rap. That's why fake they listen and don't know how to act back. Sonic boom, I'm light speeding, trust now haters like scheming. Switch up from good to bad to gremlin